However, I didn't have my coach here. I've been in the village for 2.5 weeks, and I was denied the privilege of having a coach's pass for my coach to even be at the training facilities for 2.5 weeks.
Danniel Thomas-Dodd is not telling the truth. If she doesn't recant, she'll not be accredited for another Olympic Games.
Danniel Thomas-Dodd recently blasted the Jamaica Olympic Association and Jamaica's local track and field governing body, the JAAA, for what she described as a lack of respect shown to field athletes. She vented her frustration after finishing outside of qualification at the Paris Olympics with a throw of 18.1 meters.
Tell us a bit about what happened out there.
I mean, it's been a tough couple of weeks. The qualification is something that is definitely within my reach. However, it's been very frustrating to every time come to these major Olympic Games and not making the finals. And this time around it was definitely something that I felt like was easy for me to do. However, I didn't have my coach here. I've been in the village for 2.5 weeks, and I was denied the privilege of having a coach's pass for my coach to even be at the training facilities for 2.5 weeks. So you're talking about 365 days of training just gone down the drain because I didn't have my coach for 2.5 weeks while being here. So it is definitely very frustrating, and I think it's something that I definitely have to sit and reflect on and moving forward as to what will be definitely best for me and my mental health, because I cannot do this anymore. It's very frustrating dealing with JAAA and JAAA because these people don't care about field events in Jamaica. And if they did, they would make sure that we have everything we need to make us comfortable, because my coach is not just a part of my training process. He's a very crucial part of my warm-up and getting ready for preparations, and I didn't have him for 2.5 weeks.
Following that interview, retired Jamaican sprinter Warren Weir took to X to voice his grievances with both the J3A and the JAAA. F it, I'm sick of the J3A now. Documents coming out soon. He wrote, "Uno think me forget how when Karen Stewart mother came to the Olympic Village to look for her daughter in 2012, only to find out that her name that was approved days ago had been removed, and every name that was on the list was the last name of management staff. Hey boy, careful Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, replied on X to Thomas-Dodd's interview, stating, "Danniel, I feel your pain, and a way will have to be found to fix these things. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing will be alright. Lots of love." In an interview with Nationwide sports reporter Wayne Walker, Christopher Samuda, president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, stated that Danniel Thomas-Dodd should retract her statements or risk being excluded from future Olympic Games.
I just came from the hotel. I just came from Mr. Chris Samuda's hotel.
Yes.
Just down the road from me to ask him to respond to it. And I can just tell you, we're working on it at the minute, and this is an exclusive response. And the headline will be, Danniel Thomas-Dodd is not telling the truth. If she doesn't recant, she'll not be accredited for another Olympic Games.
Wow.
We're putting that together as we speak. I just came back.
Yes. Well, I suspect we're going to have more of this, because of the performance or lack of performance in Paris.
And
I suspect
to magnify things.
Yes, and I suspect there are several other stories to be told as to
without question,
what really is happening. What is happening in Paris? What is it?
Well, I can tell you, I've heard about more. I'm not going to say it because I'm not yet being able to put a finger on it or get anybody to say yay or nay about it. But you're right. You suspect there are going to be more stories.
I suspect so.
Treasurer at the Jamaica Athletic Administrative Association, Ludlow Watt, responded by saying Danniel Thomas-Dodd coach did receive a coaching pass to be in the stadium on the day of her event in Paris.
Her coach traveled with her throughout the summer in Europe at various meets. I also mentioned that he got coach's pass during a competition in Paris. So I don't know, and he was in fact in Paris. So
are you saying then, Mr. Watts, are you saying then that her coach, who is her husband, could have been at different training sessions with her throughout her time at the Olympics before she went on to the field to do her event? Or could have been with her at the point of the event as well?
I made a statement that it was possible for her to do whatever she wanted to do in the absence with her coach or with the Jamaican coach. So
no, but what we're trying to understand is that the coaching pass that you're speaking of, could her coach have been with her in the stadium at the time of her event?
He got coaching pass for her for her event. That's what I said. Yes. Yes. I don't know if he was in there, but he got the pass. I didn't see actual look and see him there and say he was there. I saw you there, but he got the pass for the competition. Mm-hmm. It was provided.
Mm-hmm. Just a week before the Olympics, Coach Glen Mills criticized the Jamaica Olympic Association for granting the JAAA only 14 officials instead of the 17 it had requested for the Olympic Games.
I have been to 9 Olympics. It is a disgrace that you have to be fighting to get the required number of coaches, the required number of therapists and doctors to go with an Olympic team that is probably rated number 2 or 3 in the world. Now, if it is forced that I recognize the necessity for other coaches who have numerous athletes, etc. I could have gone to the Olympics with other countries. I was offered two accreditation, full accreditation, full funding, everything. But I could never see myself wearing another country. But if I'm forced to, I would have to. It's a disgrace that the Olympic Association is denying track and field the benefit of the required numbers. 17 persons for a team of 65 to 70 is totally inadequate. I know that. I have been there. I have done that. I have done at least 6 or 7 Olympics as a technical director and coach. I know what it is to go there and work with so many different events and so many responsibilities. I cannot see why the numbers is a problem. With due respect to the other sports, none of them have qualified to say you are struggling with numbers. Track and field should be given its due. They have earned it, and from the sacrifices of all the coaches, athletes, from the days of Herb McKinley back to now, they must be turning in their graves. This has never happened in the history of Jamaican track and field. Never. And nobody should be allowed to hold the sport to ransom and should be allowed to get away with it. You are struggling for finances when sponsors have put up over $200 million towards this Olympics, and the association is saying that they have not gotten $1 to help with the preparation. And I'm sure that the travel where you will have to be seeking the cheapest ticket to go all over the world to end up in Paris, those things have got to stop. When an athlete takes the plane and goes into America and then go somewhere in Europe and then on to the destination, that cannot work. They get there, they're tired. You understand? So I have made arrangements because there's no way Oblique can travel like what happened in previous years. We have made arrangements for him to travel to London and to Europe. That's the shortest way. You understand? And there is the money is there. The Jamaica needs to know that the per diem for the athlete is for the Olympics is 25 US per day.
40. It's not 40.
That will increase to 40 now.
Yes. But still small.
It's still below. But the last Olympics it was that.
Yes. You're correct.
You understand? Whatever it takes, Mr. President and Mr. Manager, we need to demand that we get the numbers and the treatment that we deserve. It is time we stop track and we stop getting mud in the face.
Thank you.
So, dear you have it, viewers and subscribers. What do you think about this one? Who do you think is telling the truth? Please leave your comments down in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and also subscribe.